Man, I tried the duck plant and I failed horribly, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what happened. Hey, Jason here. If you've been watching the channel, you've been seeing me as I've been going through this nomadic life. Now, 9 years in the game, I believe I am on my fourth country, third continent, and got to write this tape. And so, one of the things I've been doing is like sharing with you more insights now that I'm here on the motherland of Africa in Zambia, but also sharing with you some of the things I've learned along the way. Really kind of reintroducing myself. And so let's just go ahead and get into today's video, and then I'm going to talk to you more about that. So if you are familiar with the duck plant, it is a plant that most people actually became familiar with due to Dr. Sebi speaking about it and speaking about the great properties of it when it comes to helping the body to detox itself from mucus. And so, like, I am still a person who believes in that there is too much mucus in the human body, and that may be part of what's wrong with some of the things. At least I can say from my personal experience, as I started working more on trying to relieve mucus out of my body by trying different plants and herbs and things, I saw that my overall health, I was feeling better. I had more energy. My skin was clearing up, things of that nature. And so I still do a lot of that in my everyday to day life now, as someone who's predominantly vegan now. I won't say I'm a plant-based anymore for the moment. And so with that, like, I ended up, I was in South Africa actually. So I was there last month visiting with my mom because she came into the South Africa to visit me. And it's just easier to meet her there because, yo, that's a long flight, man. Like, I know a lot of people keep talking about they want to come to Africa, but I'm telling you right now, not too many people are willing to do that flight, especially more than one time. And so, like, I was really grateful for my mom to do that flight. And that's why I've been off of the internet for a minute. And I'm going to do a video speaking about that also, like, how do you handle those type of things with family around and stuff like that. But yeah, so she came to visit, and I went to one of my herbal shops out there that I go to get a lot of my things, such as sea moss and a lot of different herbs and roots that I use. I brought back here to Zambia. I just don't know how to find them here yet. And so I ended up seeing they have the duck plant, and I don't know where the cleaning lady put it. Here we go, down here. So here we go. And this is it right here, the duck plant. Yeah, that's the right way. Yeah. And so I ended up getting that, took it, and I was scared. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was scared to take it because I read and researched a lot about it. And, you know, you see some of these videos on the internet, people going to the hospital, all of that. And before I go any further, I am not a doctor. I am not giving medical advice here. I'm just telling you my personal experience with something that I tried out from something that I've done research on. So with that being said, do not take this as some medical advice video. I am not a doctor, guys. I'm telling you right now. I'm just someone who's plant-based. And so when it comes to different plant detoxes and things like that, I like to try them out. But do not think just because of what I'm saying, you need to be doing this also. Or if you try the duck plant, you may have the same reaction that I had. So please hear me on that. Okay. So now back to the story. So I found the duck plant and I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I was like, I'll just wait till I get back home in Zambia. You know, if you're severely detoxing, sometimes you like to be in your familiar setting. Like for me, my familiar bed, my bathroom, kitchen, you know, where I know I don't have to worry about nothing. And so when I came back, I waited a few days because, hey, you know, you start reading some of these horror stories, it gets scary. Like even with me, I know people think like I'm this most courageous person in the world, but I still have hesitations when I do certain things. Either I use knowledge to subside some of those fears, so I can say, okay, this is what I've learned about this, so this should be the experience. Or I go find someone who can walk me through their story and let me know, hey, you know, how did things feel? What can I expect from it? And so don't think that I'm just someone who's immune to fear. When I talk about some of the different things I've tried and some of the things I've changed in my life, and I think a lot of that was just helpful from the military too, instilled those type of things in me. Like if I didn't, not knowing was enough. So you had to either go seek more information or find someone who had more information than you through experience. And so I still use that in my day-to-day life now. So I ended up getting it once I got back. Like I said, I took it about 2 or 3 days before I actually took it. And what I did, it says it's 5 medium-sized flowers in here. I don't believe that. I don't think that's the actual number of flowers in there. I think maybe it was maybe maybe 1.5 flowers because it was dried up. So I just steeped it in water. And then after I steeped it for an hour, like the packet says, I just blended it up with a little bit of blueberries and watermelon, fresh, nothing else added to it. And then I just drunk it that way. And I just figured that from the alkalinity of the watermelon and the blueberries and the high antioxidants, maybe it'll help. I like to do weird stuff. So I tried it out. And then about after 45 minutes, I would say, I could feel like my stomach heating up and my throat heating up. So I thought, okay, it's starting to activate. It's starting to clear out some of this mucus. So any minute now, I'll probably be out here vomiting all over the place or passing it out of the other end. And 2 hours passed, 3 hours passed, 4 hours passed. Nothing happened. I was blowing my nose more than normal that time. Even now, I can feel like the mucus in my throat, and because I have real bad nasal sinus passages, my ear, nose, and throat, like I have really small sinus cavities. So I'm one of those that used to suffer from sinus infections very readily. It was very easy for me to always get a sinus infection growing up. And so I could feel that, like the mucus was getting really agitated in there. And so like the next day and a half, I was spitting out a lot of mucus. And even now, like it's still loose to where like my body doesn't hold on to it. So it's like ready to come out. And that was the most that I felt from it. Like I didn't have the violent reactions. I wasn't getting dehydrated. I had coconut water I was sipping on along the process. And man, I was, not disappointed, but I was like, okay, I was expecting something. But I think one of the things that may have affected it is, and I don't talk about this enough, back in 2016, right after I first left the US, I did a full body, full organ detox. It was a year-long detox. And what it was, I don't even know if the company is still around. It was like an epigenetics company, and they worked with some herbal capsules. Everything was plant-based. Herbal capsules with roots and different herbs, spices that detox every specific organ in the body. And so you would just focus on one for 30 days. And then it was like a combination one, then a cleanse. And I did that for a year. It was very expensive. I'm not even going to lie to you. I believe at that time, I was paying about investing. Let me rechange my wording. I was investing about $400 to $500 US on these, and they were getting sent to me in Panama. And it literally detoxed me from head to toe. And so I think that may be part of it. Like after I detoxed from that, I went completely plant-based. So like I never reintroduced full inflammatory causing foods as part of the standard American diet. And that's why now, even to this day, I have really bad reactions if I eat something that's contaminated with like bone broth, beef broth, chicken broth, or eggs. And it's an instantaneous reaction. The last time I actually had one, just to let you know, was when I first came to Zambia. I had bought some jollof rice from ShopRite, which is one of the supermarkets. I always wanted to try, you always hear about Nigerian food, and it's like jollof rice. And so I'm like, man, I got to try this jollof rice. And when I was researching online, it was showing me that, most of it's made with vegetable stock. And because I don't know Nigerians, I've never been to Nigeria. And sometimes I ask them a question like, hey, did you use vegetable stock for this? That's not one of those universal things that a lot of people are going to understand. So, I just took a shot at it. I was like, okay, it should be vegetable broth. Turned out they use chicken broth here in some of the supermarkets. And I didn't know what it was. I thought it was some new mushrooms I tried. There was some really beautiful, colorful mushrooms they get here. I think it's during the rainy season, and they're really delicious. And so I thought maybe that was it. But what it was the jollof rice, and it had me itching from head to the bottom of my feet. Even the inside of my whole neck was itching. It was horrible. I was taking cold showers, trying to wash off just to get my skin from itching. It wouldn't stop. Then I even had to go take some, allergy Benadryl, I believe it is, for allergies. And I had to take like 3 of them because it was really horrible. And it took every bit of me not to go to the hospital. I was like, man, it's just an allergic reaction. They probably just going to give you a steroid shot. So you might well just stay here, figure this out, and get it taken care of. And so that's what it was. And I believe that's one of the reasons, because I've done that complete detox. I did a juice fast after that. I even went up to a 32-day dry fast. And with all of those things I've done over the years, to release a lot of mucus. So I'm thinking I got the reaction that I should have got. However, I'm going to try this again. Next time I try it, I'm going to try 3 flowers and see exactly how that works. I might even order some. I found someone in the Caribbean that sell them and can ship them here. I may even order and try theirs just to see. I've seen a lot of people are saying they got good reaction from it, or good benefits from their product. But I just wanted to share that with you. This is the duck flower. If you tried it here, in South Africa, let me know. If you're in South Africa, in Johannesburg, and you're looking to get it, let me know. I'll let you know the name of the pharmacy. The store. They call it Nature's Pharmacy, but I'll let you know how to get to the store. It's in Marble Lane. Really great people. You just go there, let them know what you're looking for. They'll help you out. And really cool. So that was my duck review. Let's see whenever I try it again if that review matches this review. And just remember this, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how.